Well, welcome back as we color in another state here. Right now, we are going to be heading over to Minnesota from Wisconsin. And let me give you a little detail here on where we're going to be flying today. So, our journey is going to actually take us from Janesville, after we enjoyed a great meal at Bessie's Diner. And we're actually going to head up to Duluth, Minnesota. So, straight northwest across Wisconsin, just on the border there. But my wife and I are big fans, especially her, of watching the Great Lakes freighters, and a lot of the winter layups are going to be over in Duluth. So it'd be great to see some of the ships at the dock over there. In fact, so this is kind of what we're looking at. So the airport's there at the top of the screen, Duluth International, and want to take a walk out to Park Point Recreation Area. I think we can get some good views there. If not, we'll check in the area. But as you can see, the Wisconsin Minnesota border is right there. So, but this definitely officially checks our box for for Minnesota. It'll be pretty cool. Never been to Duluth, so looking forward to that for sure. So as you can see here, I have SkyVector pulled up. We're going to be flying IFR actually today. So we'll be taking guidance from ATC, and we're going to be taking an ILS approach into runway 27. Skies are beautiful, sun is out, but it is cold and it is windy. But those winds are blowing east, so we're going to come into runway 27 into the winds. And with the ILS assistance, it should help assure us to get a nice smooth landing. So I haven't flown IFR with ILS in a while, so it'll be nice, a little bit of a change. But we'll take guidance and go from there. So I'll prep the aircraft and let's get in the cockpit together and get up in the air. All right, so have everything on the autopilot dialed in here. Going to get up to about 10,000 feet as our original instructions were. So let's go ahead and get up in the air. This is one thing I don't like about the controls, is the yoke here. I have a setting to make it more less sensitive, and it's not great. We are up quickly. Those are some good headwinds. Positive rate. Flaps up. Leaving Janesville. Go ahead and get the nav system. We're clear of the airport. Not much of a change.
On 121.0. Good day. 121.0 Cessna, tree 16. Rockford departure Cessna Juliet November, tree 16 is passing 1,500 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Cessna Juliet November, tree 16, Rockford departure altimeter, tree 0.06, continue as planned.
All right. Airspeed here. Cut back on the fuel mix. Lights off. We are set, so climbing we will go. Right now, not too bad, only about 22, 23 knot headwinds. Take a look at the flight plan here. Kind of shows a little bit about where we're going to be going. As you can see, we have about a 3,000 foot intercept guidance, we also saw that in the chart too, so that's when we can intercept the ILS localizer. The computer can start controlling our vertical descent as well, so yeah, it'll be cool. Bit of a change up. I've been flying VFR, IFR for a while. Sorry, VFR for a while, not IFR. And oops, jamming the yoke here. The ailerons. Okay. Well, I am gonna speed this up here for a bit, and we'll come back in just a moment. All right, we're just about at our 10,000 foot instructions here.
Cessna 316 climb and maintain 14,000 feet.
And
Climb
we'll
and maintain 14,000 feet, Cessna 316.
all right, as soon as we're up here, we get to 14,000. We'll continue this a bit. I think 800 feet per minute should be fine. You saw me back over there and checking out the crew seats, or the passenger seats, where the family sits looking out the window. Maybe one time we'll give a little tour of the aircraft a little bit more. But I think we're set here for a while longer. The headwinds are getting pretty gnarly. You kind of see a little bit. And maybe I'll show you that in a little bit. Off our heading is from our actual course. we're crab flying, as they say, going a little bit sideways, fighting those winds. But yeah, so far, uneventful flight.
Cessna 316 contact Chicago Center on 133.3. Good day.
133.3 Cessna 316. Chicago Center Cessna Juliet November 316 is at 11,000 feet, climbing 14,000 feet.
Cessna Juliet November 316 Chicago Center altimeter 30.12 continue as planned.
Adjust the pressure here a bit. Our gauge is aligned, and continue to 14,000 feet. All right, so threw the power down a bit, feathered the prop a bit. We're at 14,000 feet, but check that out: 72 knot headwinds. Right now, where our ground speed is under 100 knots, as we are crab flying. Look how sideways where the nose of the aircraft is as we make our way northwest. So it is pretty looking outside, but at minus 20 outside air temperature and approaching hurricane force winds, it's a bit breezy out there. So we'll continue the flight and check back in a bit later. All right, so continued our path here, and probably halfway to where we start hitting some turns. But right now, again, we're even a little bit stronger. 78 knot headwinds, 79. As I said, we are true air speed is 155 knots, as you can see, indicated it's about 123. But our ground speed is just taking a hit right now at 83 knots. Still got another hour and 22 minutes before our next waypoint, and just making our way across. It's yeah, it's pretty wicked winds out there. Again, look at that crab flying we're doing here. But aircraft is doing well. Power's about 70 right now. I mean, I could push it a bit more, but as much as we're fighting, I want to make sure I have extra fuel if needed. So we'll keep it where we're at and go from there. So yeah, we are 14,000 feet over Wisconsin, headed towards the border of Minnesota here. Duluth, here we come, eventually. Alright, well, I'll pull you back in the cockpit as we get closer here. Might just join as we get closer to our approach. Actually, just wanted to bring you in a little bit earlier. We're making our turn here as we head towards Lake Superior, as we have a couple more turns as we make our approach into the airport. But as we get lower to the ground here, we're approaching about 3,200 feet we've been directed to, and we'll just continue flying the pattern here as we get ready for our ILS. Wind's calming down as we get closer to the ground. Let's tune back in as we get closer to Lake Superior, as we can get a good look as we cross the shore there. Alright, so as I said, it's pretty cold. Actually got some ice in the room here too. So this is the shoreline of Lake Superior. The very western edge of the lake. Seen several different beautiful points along Superior myself, but never this side, so it'll be kind of neat. De-ice this for a second here. That's better. Rather immediate de-icing, very convenient. Yeah, it's pretty gray, but still cool. Not too far from the sunset. And there's a shoreline. A few more minutes till our next turn. Alright, well, nice little look of the lake, and we'll tune back in as we approach. Alright, so we're still flying at 3,200. We have our Garmin 1000 in approach mode. It's now tuned into the localizer. Yep. There goes the com. and then in a second we'll see that drop my flaps down here. All right, well, it's got us.
Cessna 316, wind 311 at 15. Clear to land runway 27.
Cleared to land runway 27 Cessna 316.
As a student pilot here still, it's kind of nice to observe the computer as it guides you in on the glide slope. Just gives me a little bit more of a feel for when I'm hand flying the whole time. We got decent winds still. We're going to come in kind of like a crab here, but 28, 22, 23, not head to crosswinds. Keep us around 80, 85, give or take. Might spend some time soon doing a bunch of touch and goes just to get a feel for the aircraft too. The only thing I just don't like about the controls is that yoke on landing. It is just way too touchy. And while I haven't sat in an actual cockpit, it just does not seem realistic. Everything else is really cool, but just that yoke taking off, it's way too reactive in landing. But I don't know, I complain about that too much. Anyways, so got some things there again. Let's clean up the window, give you a nice clear view for landing. Forward to landing and getting to
500.
Our hotel and exploring a little bit of Duluth. Hopefully we can see some ships laid up for the winter. As you can see, it is pretty bumpy, pretty windy, pretty rocky coming in. Yeah, I'm coming like a crab. Not too bad, but I got that other wheel down first. Let's see. Whoa, see, that's what I'm talking about. That, whatever. Come on now.
316, exit runway when able.
Driving like a car in the lane instead of on the center line. All right, folks. Well, we are touchdown, and we are in Duluth, and before sunset, beautiful day, windy but beautiful.
316, contact ground on 121.9er.
And
121.9er for Cessna 316.
all right, we'll tune in next time as we continue our tours, whether world tour or U.S. tour or all their stuff that we're doing. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you watching. It's just fun to share, fun to fly. All right. Take care. God bless.